I just hit the button if you wanted to know why we wasn't live. We live now.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Let me start this over then. I'm sorry, people. My fault, people. My fault, people. We got it, though. Look, hold on. Let me look. I got this. Hold on. Check me out. Hold on. What's happening with y'all, people? Another episode of Blunt Talk. How y'all doing? Welcome to the smoke session. And we are back once again, man. We got a fire one lined up for y'all. You know what I mean? We gonna bring it to y'all like we always do. We ain't gonna really waste too much time. You know what I'm saying? You know, um, my dog want to say anything right quick. You know what I'm saying? To the people, or telling anybody, anything. How you doing, or what's going on with the world, or
Oh,
anything before we get started.
so before we get started, let the people of the city, our listeners and our visitors, all know. If y'all out there at parades, keep your head on the swivel. Once again, I'm gonna say it. I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. Keep your head on the swivel. Enjoy yourselves to the fullest, and be kind and relax. Uh, and as my big time co-host was mentioning for us earlier, Chop Tracks could not be here. He had a prior obligation, so we will keep his stead while he does his thing.
We gonna try not to butcher my dog shit. So we just gonna we gotta we gotta keep you gotta keep you alive in this, chap. I'm telling you, I got you, dog. I'm gonna try my best, dog. Cause we have you up first. So I don't know if
Yes.
you listening now or if you're in the comment, you know what I'm saying, or probably not. So let's just get his, you know what I'm saying, out the way. You know what I mean? Let's just
Yeah, because
keep the
I'm
rotation
glad
going.
you saying that because I didn't get a chance to watch it. So this would be a perfect opportunity for me to give my unbiased opinion after watching it.
Okay, so without further ado, you know how we do. I am Silent Child 17.
P360 in the building. Ha
As
ha ha ha.
always, and welcome to the smoke session. You know what I'm saying? I like how you snuck that in there too. So let me hit that fair use zone. You did. All right, all right, all right. My dog say they got a hero cop, bro. He done did something that's good for the community. So I'm gonna play part one. You know what I'm saying? We could chop it up after we play part one, and I'm gonna play his part two, and we could chop it up about part two and just give out, the final segments, and we could pass it on. Cool with that?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Let's roll in.
How old are you? If I ask you that question again, I'm gonna lose my mind. How old are you? Oh, you up. I was actually right at the start of my shift. It was actually my day off. I was working overtime helping out another area. The first call of the day, right out of the gate, was a missing juvenile who simply didn't come home from school. I drive down to her grandparents' house where she lives. The juvenile was supposed to go to a basketball game, and then she was supposed to be picked up. She never made it to the basketball game. I asked the routine questions because sometimes it's a habitual issue with the juvenile. They're troubled, they run away a lot, or they have behavioral issues. None of those indicators were present in this situation, which kind of just intrigued me. It was just unusual. So I had the grandmother put me in contact with one of the juvenile's best friends at school. She made mention of meeting up with a guy after school and having a sleepover with him. They made mention of a sleepover at a hotel. The suspect was possibly out of Orlando, and his name started with a T. That's all I really had for him. My juvenile was 12 at the time. If this person's old enough to rent a hotel room, they're obviously over 18, which now I'm really kind of concerned. So basically, I just started following the bouncing ball. I got wind of the juvenile likes to go to the Dollar General in town after school. So I went there and actually watched about an hour's worth of video where I saw the juvenile walk in after school. Basically, I'm missing a juvenile left school and possibly was picked up by a guy here. I'm kind of wanting to get an idea of who he is, and I'm looking at today from school gets out around 3:15ish, so I'm thinking 3 to 3:30.
I mean, is that like a super recent picture though?
She says she looks pretty much like this. It looks pretty close to her.
I can see.
I could see her look out of the front door, and I could tell by her body language she recognized somebody. She walked out, and that was it. So I go back to my patrol car, and I Google hotels in the area. There's a lot of them. So I just decided to start with the one closest and work my way out in a diameter, going to each hotel looking for her. Hello. Hey, so my name is Deputy James. I'm wondering if a juvenile and another person checked in here earlier today. Have you seen that? Her? No, she would have been here with an unknown, probably male. At this point, I'm a couple of hours into this call, and there's a chance the on-duty clerk might have not have been the person who was working when they arrived. Or maybe he got the hotel room and just took her straight in. Hello. Hi, how are you? I'm looking for a juvenile that looks to be ran away from home today. And we have information she may have checked in to a local hotel with an adult. This is what she looks like. Any check-ins today?
One check-in.
I'm investigating a runaway juvenile that supposedly checked into a local hotel today with an adult, most likely. I don't know what he looks like or anything. This is what she looks like.
All right, someone checked in earlier when I wasn't here, so let me check out.
Oh, perfect. Okay. When I got to the fourth hotel, I noticed one of the driver's license, he had checked in that day for one day, and his name was Tyler, and his address was out of Orlando.
Is there a name for that?
Yeah. So it would have been whoever she's with. Yeah, she doesn't even have an ID. She's, again, only 13. The person she's with? No clue.
Well, check out this
Ooh, see Tyler James on your ass, boy. You can go ahead first, P.
Right. Now look, this is what I'm gonna say. That's good old-fashioned police work. Find your lead, stick to it. Like he said, 4 hours in, and you getting kind of he getting it, and I get where he coming from. You kind of nervous because it's a quick check-in. You don't know how long they're gonna stay. This might be a abduction situation. This could be one of them situations where it's some child trafficking or anything. Turns out she just ran away to go be with an older dude. Now, nobody knows if they did anything. Nobody never said they did anything, but I'm kind of waiting to see how the rest of this story goes so far, because right now what I'm seeing is damn sure good old-fashioned police work by a police officer who actually cares about the person.
Yeah, man. Like I said, bro. See, I'm trying to figure out how all these people let him slide a second.
Okay, your mic going in and out, brother.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, I was just saying it's kind of weird, but it's common. It's a common thing that people don't pay that much attention to some of these things. You know, the way Officer James is, Officer James tracking that boy, like you said, like old fashioned private eye type shit. Like you know, I'm
Right.
on the scene, so man, and
true Dick Tracy type work. Like we
man, I
we
am.
we gonna get to the bottom of this right quick.
Yeah, I commend them. Let's go to part 2.
Ooh, where's this guy? I think this is him. They said his name started with a T, possibly Tyler. Front office. Anybody inside? We need to come in for a second. Sheriff's office. Back up. Have a seat on the couch. Where's What's up, sweetheart? Sheriff's office. Get Pappy up here. Go in the bedroom and wait for me for a second. How old are you? How old are you?
501 text.
Just wait there for me, sweetheart, okay? Are you okay? Do you need any attention? Are you hurt at all? You're not hurt at all? Your stomach hurts? Okay, we're going to be right with you, okay?
335.
Yeah, you f***ed up. How old are you? If I ask you that question again, I'm going to lose my mind. How old are you?
22.
Oh, you f***ed up. Yeah, you f***ed up real good.
Yeah, Naco.
Yes, I am. I found him.
10-4. How old is he?
Too old.
Alright, I'm on the way.
Copy.
Thanks for everything for it.
You sure you're okay, sweetheart?
I'll be en route.
Okay. So following all of those bouncing balls led me to the hotel room where he had taken her. A little bit of a couple of emotions. I hope I'm not too late. I hope nothing's seriously wrong. A small part of me was still going, I hope this is still nothing and she just went with a friend. There was a lot of emotions running through me at that time. And she was 12 at the time, so he's 22. So quite an age gap. So to think this guy traveled from Orlando all the way to Volusia County shows just the determination that the lengths he would go through to do something like this is quite scary. I think my main advice is be aware there are people on this planet that like to see people burn. They like to do bad things and partake in bad things, and just be aware those people exist. I wouldn't necessarily say walk through life treating people like that, but just be aware that some people are out there to victimize other people. That's just who they are. It's just what it is.
Wow.
Shout
That's
out to
deep.
Officer James, man.
That's deep. I like him. He's a good officer in my book. That one out of the one out of all that we done seen going on, bro. He's one. Because they still talking about the other issue with the other police officers. More and more information steady coming to the surface, but we don't never hear nothing about nothing like this. Why? You know, I really taken aback by this. I think that's a very good thing that this officer did, because he could have played the role like he looked for the little girl and she wasn't nowhere to be found, but he didn't do that. So I gotta commend you, Officer James. This drinks to you. So what you got for me, brother?
Yeah,
You got some good insight to it too.
Yeah, because I want to talk I want to talk about how rampant this actually is. You know, this was one man on a mission. You know, like this is real rampant, and a lot of people don't understand how far this this web stretches. You know, and here on Blunt Talk NOLA, we talk a lot about that. You know, a lot of our topics. So if y'all really paying attention or listening to us, y'all know, man, a lot of our topics be about a lot of this stuff, and it's for a reason. And think
Yes,
about how
BD
many
Bravo
times you
that is a
actually
good job.
see it, and think about how many times you actually see it in the news versus y'all sitting here and watching our little channel and listening to us talk about it. You know, that should trigger something in your mind. That should be weird to you too. You know, and a lot of
It's
these people
definitely
don't.
weird to us.
Yeah, and a lot of these people don't understand how far, you know, like I said, that web stretch, you know, and just start paying attention to these little, these little flies that they catch. You know what I'm saying? You know, pay attention to how they doing it, how they moving it. Look what this man did. This man said, I went from here to there, and just gathering information. Who knows what would have happened with that girl with Round? You know,
Right.
I
And
ain't gonna lie. If James would have roughed him up a little bit, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I wouldn't have been mad. I would not have been mad.
See, Jay, bro, he's sitting on that couch too comfortable, bro.
Right. Now look, this the thing that got me though. Why she kept saying her stomach hurt? You see what I'm saying? That was I guess you could say a trigger for me, because he asked you, was you hurt? You said no. He said, did he hurt you at all? You said no. Then you turn around and, well, my stomach hurts. That kind of threw me through a loop, because, okay, did you all take some drugs? Did he give you anything? As a parent, that those are the thoughts that would be going through my mind. Like, did he give you anything? Like, did you drink something? Did you eat something? All these questions. So,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I really be wanting to know, like, hey, because he might have gave you something to knock you out. and then you'd have been gone forever, and nobody know where you at, or hear or see from you ever again.
Yeah, that's fair. Big smoke. Big smoke. Now, Mr. James said, you know, was Mr. James gonna basically I ain't about to go into all that. Mr. James gonna still be out there. Y'all better be careful. I'm telling y'all pedophile left that bullshit, boy. Y'all better watch Mr. James, boy. I'm
Say,
telling
bro,
you, they
that's the
let
type
that
of stuff
motherfucker
that
be
makes you
sheriff.
rank up.
Yo is ass out, bro. I'm telling you, y'all better stop with that bullshit, boy. Said old Baphometic ass, boy. Y'all better stop. I'm telling y'all better chill out with that shit. All that shit coming to a head, man. All that shit coming to a head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, brother.
It's a cold world, Pete. Them motherfuckers. You know, it's a
They about
cold
to
world, but
find out
it's
how
cold for
cold it
all
is,
of
boy.
us. Yeah, it's cold for all of us. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers ain't
Right.
exempt, bro. So they keep
But here,
the
the
bullshit.
thing I say about that though is this: it's cold for all of us, right? It's cold for all of us because all of us got our own little problem. But you motherfuckers, them motherfuckers that them pedophiles, rapists, uh, harvesters, they could not be brought before me. I'm gonna say it again as a judge, because I'm gonna give you your issue. You travel from Orlando, which is I don't know how many miles away from Volusia County, where they say they from, right? To go see a 12-year-old little girl or a little girl, period, or somebody that you know you too old to be fooling with. I'm gonna say it like that. All right, she's not an adult, so I couldn't be the judge that you get brought before like that. Cause I might sentence you to some goofy ass shit, but it's gonna fuck you. It's gonna make an example out of you for any and everybody that come behind you, especially if they gotta come in front of me.
Yeah, and Florida do got a bad rep for that too, man. Right there by that water and shit. They got a bad rep for that
Yeah,
type of shit.
and you know, and look, I'm gonna tell you why I think that's bad. Why they got a bad rep for that? There's a amount of land between Florida and the other coast, like the other side going out of the Florida Gulf Coast area or the Florida coast area.
Yeah, it's easy to get to them islands and shit from right there.
Not just that, there is it's called international waters, meaning U.S. law don't apply to nothing out there. You could go, the president could get caught in the international waters and something happened to him. The U.S. can't do nothing about it. Why? Because their laws don't mean squat that,
Yeah, I
right?
just summed it up. Yeah, I just summed it up
So that's
to the
why
least
I
common
think Florida
the
got a
least
bad.
common denominator, nigga. That's all I did. It's easier to get to them islands.
True that, true that. But see that,
You
but
just
see the
broke it
thing
down.
about
It's
getting
good
on
for
that.
the other people who wanted to break
Well,
down.
no,
You know what I
I'm
mean? I know I
the
just said
reason
that
I'm
out the
saying
blue.
about the island thing is because certain islands out that way will extradite you back to the U.S.
That's my
and
point,
you
brother.
get
All
tried by
that
the
goes
U.S.
on what
law,
you
right?
just said, right? There has different laws. Oh, yeah, it all pertains to what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you saying. I'm just saying it in a different way. As
Okay,
I just say that. Yeah, I just dumbed it down. It's easier to get to the islands. So you want me to break down what I mean when I say that? Because I'm gonna say the same thing you just said.
nah, you ain't
All
got to.
right, all
You
right,
ain't got
okay,
to.
okay.
So I think that's why they got a bad rep for that shit too, bro. Like for real. But imagine, like how would we if which he's going to be found guilty of the shit no matter what? Because he was 22. You have no direct relation to this child. She only know you through the internet. A long lost relative or nothing like that. So at best, if you come before me, Yeah, you're gonna get the trial by jury, but you better hope they don't find you guilty, and I gotta be the one to impose a sentence.
Yeah, because he on candid camera and everything. He got his ass.
Yes. That's the thing that make it so stupid. Dude, they got cameras everywhere. Even if they ain't got cameras nowhere, you not moving at a rapid enough pace to not get busted. Right? So of course, even if you'd have made it outside my city, heading into the next city, once we put your picture up, or not just your picture, but the picture of the girl, any hotel motel you stop at gonna get that notice, right? Or they should at least, if
Yeah,
they're doing the
yeah.
job.
I think Mr. James going. He don't give a fuck where he going. I think Mr. James would have followed that nigga to London, nigga.
Oh, dog. I think he would have definitely been hot on the trail for sure.
That motherfucker would have
He
been in the
probably would have
desert
been
on his last leg. Sheriff James would have been right
right.
behind his ass. I'm telling you, man, a
I
while
believe.
back. Let me tell you, look, I watched I forgot what I think it was some old Tales from the Crypt shit, Pete. I think it was or Tales from the
And I
Dark
just saw.
Side or some shit like that. Hold on, wait, look, let me tell you.
All right.
That's what the story was. The story was that this dude, he was robbing a bank and he tried to get away. He damn near got away, but they had this one sheriff that still was following him. So he wound up all the way out there in the dirt road. Shit flipped over. He had to start walking. Man still behind his ass, Pete. He's sweating, trying to lose him, all type of stuff. Man still wind up tracking his ass down to this little shed. Man, all type of shit started happening, bro. He wound up handcuffing himself. He wound up getting close enough to handcuff himself to the dude so he can't escape. Right?
Right.
He wound up killing the sheriff. So now he got a dead body. He handcuffed to a dead body now. So now he had to drag him around if he wanted to get away. You see what I'm saying? So he tried to drag
Carrying
him as
dead
far
weight.
as he could. Look, sheriff on his ass. Look, sheriff dead, Paul, and he's still on his ass. He dead. Look, he done dragged him up there
Man.
on top of a rock. Look, tried to break the
Tried to
cuffs.
break the cuffs off.
Yeah, he tried to hang him off the thing. Man, he done slipped off and bust his head wide open. Now he out there dead as a motherfucker.
With
Yeah,
the
bro.
sheriff still attached to him.
I think that's Sheriff James right there on them pedophiles. I'm saying y'all better be careful out there playing with Officer James, y'all. I'm telling you. Officer James
Man,
gonna
that
be in
man.
your ass to the death of him. I'm telling you. Shout out to Officer James, man. Keep doing your job, man.
Shout
Go
out
Florida.
Officer James.
It's not fucking playing right now. Didn't we just finish talking about Disney and all them motherfuckers in Orlando
Yup.
and all
And
that?
guess what? Orlando.
God
Yup.
dang. Come
Bruh.
on, people.
That-
This ain't no
something up with Florida,
coincidences
bro.
now.
Right. It's not. I don't think it is either, bro. Now, oh wait, I got a good theory. I got a good theory. What if the reason all the older white people with money move to Florida near Orlando, they done bred off a whole generation of that shit down there. Pedophiles, rapists, and
Something that
motherfuckers.
yeah. I'm
Think
gonna tell you
about
the
it,
first
dog.
time
That
I've
shit.
heard about something about you saying why they do that, right? It was in a rap song, and it was saying like old you get old, fat and chubby and move gangsters get old, fat and chubby and move to Miami. That's the first time I've heard like when you say that in that sense of an old person, going out and moving out to Florida. That's the first
All right.
time I was introduced to that through a rap song. Just thinking about it.
That's some real stuff. And the only reason I even thought about it like that, and look, I wouldn't even think I have heard that from a rap song. I'm just saying, like the light. I'm looking at this type of situation. I've been hearing about old people moving, retiring. They keep sell a house, move down to Florida, and let the
Because of
kids
the
move.
land,
Yeah,
the weather,
oh,
the the scenery. It's beautiful out
the
there.
people that's moving in the neighborhood. Think about it. Now, all of a sudden, your kids grown. You want to sell a house. You sell a house and move to Florida. But you done did a lot of fucked up shit where you live at. That's done 9 times out of 10. You done tried to hide it for so long, but you can't. So you gotta pack up and go. I think that's one plausible reason why we keep hearing about that type of shit. That's where all your pedophiles and shit run into Florida. And I've been hearing about people moving to Florida since the 80s.
I think there's a hub that these people are able to move about.
Whenever they want.
Yeah, in a way that they doing, and they get caught out there, but they just don't have enough proof yet, or don't want to arrest yet the hub that is actually doing it, right? That's like if the
That makes
police tell
sense.
you they tactic when they do the dope and shit, right? They go to the drug house, huh, P? If they really want to stop the motherfucker,
Right.
and if they really want to
If they
stop it,
really
they'll
want to
do what?
stop it.
Stop the trafficking. And if they really want to stop the trafficking, they'll do what? Go get the big. But you see what I'm saying? It's that type of
It's
trickle
a
effect that I see with this too. It's
right,
that
right.
it's that
You
type
know
of
what?
program look like to me. And
Right.
one of these places that keep coming up, especially on Blunto, it's in Orlando, and for some reason they have a lot of cases like this around this certain place. And this place is supposed to be the most magical place on earth. So yeah,
Right. Well,
I got you.
how
I got you
far?
lined up, bro. I got you lined up.
No,
Yes,
look,
sir.
I'm about to do something.
Go
How
ahead. I'm let you
far
go ahead.
is
I'm on.
Volusia? No, I'm about to look something up right quick. How far is Volusia County from Orlando? How far is Volusia County, Florida, away from Orlando, Florida?
The drive from Orlando to Volusia
47
County is
minutes.
48.1 miles.
47 minutes. All he did was drive less than an hour right into Florida. Ain't that weird?
No, it's not weird. Well, it is, but it's common, right? And it shouldn't be.
True that.
All type of
It
stuff,
shouldn't be
P.
not
Yeah,
not
bro. All
for
type of
not for
stuff.
what he doing.
This is
Now,
crazy.
because we done heard about Polk County, right? Sheriff, what's his name? The other sheriff down there, the sheriff
Oh,
of
the
Polk County, the one that just
I just forget. You made me forget it. I just had his name too, bro. Go ahead, bro. You good,
Judd.
bro? Don't
Is
worry
it
about it. I know you talking.
Judd? Him. Ed. Is it Ed Judd? Judd?
I think it is, but I
Well,
don't want him. I don't want to butcher him right now because I ain't looking at him. So
um, we done talked about him and the operations he done ran. That's done nabbed a lot of the people too.
yeah,
And
the
he's the
operation
deputy, so he might be one of the
Fall
deputies
Hall,
that
man.
work under your boy.
Yeah, Fall Hall and Fall Hall too, man. Yeah.
Like, dog, they need it. That'll be a fire task force, though. Imagine if you did a sweep, right, from the top of Florida, all the main roads, and have a sweep going on in the middle to find all your pedophiles, all your fucking rapists, all your murderers and killers. Now, I know that would take a lot of manpower, but we're gonna start making shit happen because you know how it is. Word get when the cops hit one area, you can best well believe about 10 motherfuckers done jumped on their phone. So they could start monitoring the phone traffic, internet traffic, all that shit. and catch the people if they really wanted to, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all this I think all this technology I think is already available. I just don't think that it's not good stories the way the media want it to be. So they don't to touch on it the way we believe they should, because it is a problem.
Big time. So
Yeah.
to Officer James, the one cog in
Now
the
it's
wheel
name.
that, other than
We give him one.
a big time sheriff down y'all we, other than him, brother, I'm gonna be honest with you. You
Yeah,
saved the
Sarah
day.
Jane. That's what's up. All right. I'm about to line you up next, Paul. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me hit your fair use, brother. We'll get to your segment.
And we are back. Where you at, my brother?
Yes.
You still with me?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You want me
So
to?
we are
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
so all right. So we are back with another good one. Is something popped up on my timeline, something that kind of piqued my curiosity and my interest in. We've all heard of post-traumatic stress disorder, right? So when it comes to it, there's another side that a lot of people, or that they've been studying since I believe 1994, is called post-traumatic growth, GROWTH. So if you've never heard of this would be a good way to start looking at people who suffered traumatic, literally life-changing events, and how they particularly bounce back from those said traumatic events. So, brother, if you got any questions leading in,
Yeah, I do.
all right, what you got?
Um, can you talk a little bit more about PTSD and
All right,
why and why and why it's the equal of the post-traumatic growth.
all right. So, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, we covered this once before, and it's kind of tricky with PTSD because literally anything could give you PTSD. Like it's a traumatic event. Some are physical, some are mental, right? The physical ones, I believe this is one of the ones, the post-traumatic growth, that actually complements what happens with PTSD. Like you had a little moment, all right, you're not just bouncing back from it. You become immovable, or you just say, I'm not gonna say you become the immovable object, but you figure out how to maneuver those immovable objects a little bit better, right? So post-traumatic growth talks about how you choose to remove those blocks in your mind to still try to get out and accomplish goals and grow from what happened to you. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm with you.
They are good things, but sometimes they are bad things. Failures, challenges, mistakes, they happen to the best of us. Today, I want to introduce you to a completely new way of thinking about the bad things that happen to us. Specifically, this is a concept called post-traumatic growth. If you or someone you care about has gone through a difficult experience, then this is a video you have to watch. We hear a lot about the devastating effects of PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, but researchers Tedeschi and Lawrence Calhoun discovered an interesting phenomenon that can happen after someone experiences a trauma. Specifically, they found that people often report 3 ways in which their psychological functioning increases after a challenge. These are ways that our mind can grow after adversity. Post-traumatic growth, or P.T.G, refers to the positive mental shift experienced as a result of adversity.
All right, so that's the first clip, right?
Tedeschi found that across a wide range of negative experiences, as many as 90% of survivors report at least one P.T.G benefit. P.T.G does not say that trauma is not destructive and challenging. It does not imply that victims should be able to simply bounce back to a normal life after adversity. Rather, P.T.G evidence shows us that over time, people can reap benefits from their challenges. Post-traumatic growth holds a very important idea. We don't bounce back from challenges, we bounce forward. There are some specific areas that researchers have found change after adversity. First, relationships. Some people describe that they come to value their friends and family more deeply after a trauma and don't take people for granted. There is also often an increased sense of compassion and longing for more intimate relationships. Second, self-esteem. While some might think that
Okay, yeah, that's 2.
All right, what you got? What you think so far?
I mean, she breaking it down, and I think people do need that. You know what I'm saying? I think people do need to realize that there is, a way out of that,
Yes.
with certain things, and that's I'm talking about PTSD because we're talking about the P.T.G. Be talking about the growth. So she was, expressing all of the things that could come out of your growth, and
Correct.
that's you dealing with your post-traumatic stress. That's you dealing with whatever that is. Was ever giving you those impulses to affect your life the way it is. You know, it could be addressed because there is,
Something there. There's
something
something
there,
there.
right? It's called PTG, and so there is an answer. So it's not like it's an uncurable disease or nothing like that. It's
Right. It
it's
has a
just it's
beginning,
something
so
that you're
you know
going
how to.
through.
Yes, because the
Yeah.
thing is,
So
and the reason they say post traumatic is because it's after. Like you had traumatic, you had post traumatic. The traumatic problem that caused you some type of ailment, literally, like, bro, I'm gonna use myself for an example. You know me, I'm not one to hide the truth. I've been shot in the back and was paralyzed for a little minute. I could have turned into that person that sits in that wheelchair and just feel helpless and sorry. But something within me needed to say, I'm on my feet. So I worked until I got on my feet. And that to me was like, all right, now that I know I'm back on my feet, I know I don't have full strength and use on one side. I gotta make this thing work. And that's how I started doing it. But honestly, like the people I've met that have been a great encouragement to me to do better for people and do better about myself. And the people I love, I don't know, bro. I don't know where I'd be. Everybody kept saying the same thing, bro. You're gonna be all right. Just stop tripping. And I started doing better. I started working a little bit harder to stand straight up, not have a limp or whatever like that. Is there, but it's not there. So the P.T.G part of me is being able to work with the people who work with me and not have no issues. Everybody been a great encouragement. Nobody really been a naggy person, but it's one of those things that people got to look at. And I honestly feel like that was my turning around factor post getting shot. Like, I think a little bit harder now before I move. I don't just go do something. And so that's one of my P.T.Gs right there. It's like I think a whole lot harder now than ever before. So, yeah, man, I digress. Running a little deep into it, so we're gonna jump to the next clip right quick. Got anything you want to add?
Intimate relationships. Second, self-esteem. While some might think that experiencing trauma might make you feel like a victim, many people feel that their challenge gave them a deeper inner wisdom, personal strength, and gratitude. Trauma can even help people be more accepting of their vulnerabilities and limitations. Third, meaning. Trauma can radically change and re-engineer people's life perspective. Oftentimes, after a challenge, individuals reevaluate their purpose and mission, becoming less materialistic and more able to live in the present. If you have experienced a trauma or major adversity and you want to begin to bounce forward, there are a few elements that are known to contribute to post-traumatic growth. First, don't diminish your response to the adversity itself. You have to go through a difficult emotional processing period before bouncing forward. You can think of this like grief. You have to be able to mourn and feel before moving on. Second, the researchers have found that we have
Yeah.
Like it's the and like when I tell you, bro, when I sat down and looked into that video clip, it's a lot more that's not being said in a lot of time that I got, clip timage. But
What
it's a
she
lot
said
more
right there
being said
was,
about it.
we need to speak on what she just said right there, because she said a lot, right there about,
Right.
the growth. Yeah, about the growth itself. I mean, what you think
And
about
that
what she just
and
said?
right. And that's the thing. Like I said, when I saw this video, it made sense to me because these are the things that I went through because I didn't just sit there. Like that encouragement was what I needed, and I just kept trying until I got a little bit better each step of the way. And that's how they're describing this process. Like you're gonna have those little moments where you're gonna be kind of down, wishing that it never happened, wondering what your life would have been like before this happened. Like me. Um Working out with the high school football team, getting ready to graduate high school, enlisting to go to the military. And then get shot right before the shit happened. That shit was upsetting. I was mad for a long time behind that shit, though. Oh, yeah. I think I got one last clip.
Helps you get past that
Mm.
like that clog in your life, no matter what that is, because there's different things that could be post-traumatic. See what I'm saying? Like hearing
Right.
gunshots all night,
I still look.
every
Yeah,
now and then
look.
and
I'm
shit.
not.
Even if you
But
didn't
look,
get
that's
shot though.
even if you didn't get shot, bro. I'm telling you, the closer it is, especially like me, if I hear gunfire too close to me and I know it's not controlled gunfire, I'm about to lose my shit. Like I start feeling pain in my body from when I got shot. That's how deep it get. Right quick. Right quick. I have to calm myself down and realize I gotta see what's happening first. Like who was
Mhm.
behind me? Like
It
mentally,
could
my
be
mind starts playing the whole scene as
the
I
girl,
seen
the
it.
girl, the girl, Officer James, is gonna have post-traumatic stress. Her
Wait, say
going
that
through
again?
that, her going through that is post-traumatic stress too.
Yes.
The girl, Officer James, you talking about her stomach hurt?
Yeah.
She gonna be messed up. And this is what that's a part of it too. So
Yes.
yeah, this thing stretches, I just wanted to make that clear just for, if people listening to I'm to think we just talking about, just, guns or whatever, or you getting shot. I know you was just relating to what you were saying, but I want to let them know that it's not just, related to one thing. This is branches of things that could be considered this, and you have to really, you know, really, analyze yourself and see if what that is, man, and try to work on it, because it could be affecting relationships in your life. It could be affecting friendships. It could be affecting, how you work, or your get up, your drive to do things. It affects all that. It affects that part of the brain where you just don't want to do nothing because of whatever this is. It becomes that, and people don't realize it. So a lot of times it's hard to practice the growth if you're not growing. Some of these things you're gonna have to eliminate in your life to get rid of that shit, because the trauma is going to be there. You know what I'm saying? You just
Definitely.
don't want it to be stress or a disorder where now you can't even function correctly, and they calling it that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, she hitting it on, and you want to play the last one?
Yes.
All right.
It's
We
just
have
that.
to share and talk about the adversity to process it fully. They call this constructive self-disclosure. Bottling up any trauma often leads to a worsening of symptoms, so find a safe place to share the story and effects of your adversity. Lastly, look at how your personal strengths got you through this trauma. How did you handle it well, and what have you learned from this experience? Your number one personal strength is that nothing can stop you. Right now, you're watching this video with me. You are surviving. You're moving towards recovery. You don't bounce back, you bounce forward. I hope this message reaches you and anyone who needs it. If you know someone who might need to see this video, please send it their way with a hug from us. That's it today from the Science of People. Thanks for letting us join you on your...
So
Hey, look, I
big
just
shout
said
out
it.
to
I said it. But look, that's what I was just saying, and she wound up saying it at the last little piece. Yeah, man. That's what's on, P.
and believe in it. And that's why I say, bro, it's like certain things that
People need to talk more about that and figure out what's, how what's their growth, and measure that in their own life too. And that's something you can definitely take for yourself too. You know what I mean? Like, you
right,
know, personally, not only for the people. Like, that's something you could take, figure it out, whatever that is. You might have OCD or something, you know.
well look,
Shit.
the now yeah, you're right. You might. But certain shit triggers certain shit too. So you gotta kind
Exactly.
of
So
take that
you
into
gotta find out where it
deep
come from.
consideration.
Hmm.
Where did it stem from? Where did this
until her immune system improved, but never intended to permanently part.
Oh, what, that was your clip? Go ahead, run it. My bad.
No, that was me. That was me. I made a mistake and pressed the button. Sorry
Oh,
about that.
well, yeah, man. So a lot of people don't look at it that way, but I've been looking at it that way for a little minute, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you, still got like a little bit more work to looking into the different things that most people would consider normal versus abnormal. Um, like just really seeing the motive, right? What triggered this, and why did you keep doing it this way? So that's something else I'm gonna start looking into, like the the mindset as to where it comes from and what triggered that, besides you seeing what you saw. Because what you think you saw might have been one thing, and it'd be something totally different once you sit down and think about it. But now you done developed the obsession behind what you saw, right? That's a deep one right there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, player.
So gotta start from the beginning, I guess.
I mean, if
So
that's what
what
it
we got?
takes, if that's what it takes, that's
Yeah,
what it
but some
takes.
people really can't do, like, how do you get them to remember something that they trying to block? Well, if they trying to block it, then they obviously remember clearly what the hell happened in the first place.
That's
It's
why.
that one, bro. That shit there had you guessing game all day. But if you good with playing guessing game, fuck, it ain't hard to
Yeah,
break
well,
that shit
see,
down.
that's why you just try to focus on what can make you better. You know?
True, true.
Yeah, man.
So
'Cause
what you
that's where the
got here
growth
now?
come in. Oh yeah, Madonna done lost her damn mind. At least that's what them Africans saying out there in Maui. It's saying she done lost her goddamn mind, bro. Hold on, get her up here. I'm gonna get her up here. Let me run that let me run that fair use right quick. You know how we do.
Yes, sir. Fair use, people.
All
All
right, P.
right.
I got a little piece of an article I want to read off first, and then I'm gonna go into the details because they got this dude named Sloan. He did a pretty good job of breaking it down. So I'm gonna be streaming from his channel. I hope he minds, put up the fair use, teaching purposes. Uh, it says Madonna adopted 4 small children from Malawi, a country located in Southeast Africa, in 2006. The Material Girl founded a charity a not-for-profit organization, of course, that seeks to support orphans, at-risk children through health and education programs, right? The same little, that same little MO as they do. You know, they go to these countries and say that they care so much about this thing. The group alleges that, okay, yeah, the group, they got a group out there, well, two groups really, that allege that Madonna used her Malawian adopted son, David Banda, I hope I'm saying that right, for sexual exploitation and social experiments, like dressing him up for photo ops and stuff. The petition cites that the photo of David wearing women's clothes, makeup, and jewelry. So this is a piece of what they talking about. The petition cites the photo of David wearing the women's clothes and makeup and jewelry. The EWF also claims that Madonna made false statements that David's dad was absent when she applied for adoption. So they also saying that she lied on adoption papers to even get the children. So is that fraud in your adoption papers?
Probably so.
So
Definitely.
let's get into it then, brother.
And all of her charities to be investigated for this. This isn't even the first time Madonna has been accused, or there has been calls for her to be investigated for child trafficking. The second child she adopted wasn't even an orphan.
Madonna herself did not meet the adoption requirements that you need to adopt a child out of Malawi. Madonna bullied Malawian officials and demanded VIP treatment to get her kids.
Madonna is under investigation for good reason. She's being accused of human trafficking her own children. These kids were adopted from Africa in a malicious way. Madonna used her wealth to convince these families to give up their children. She promised she would return them, but she never did. So let's get into it. So Madonna has conveniently announced her big new tour as a country in Africa is calling for an investigation. Madonna is being accused of child trafficking in Malawi.
Accusing Madonna of trafficking and exploiting African children using her charity.
It's about freaking time. I have no idea why it has taken this long for Madonna and all of her charities to be investigated for this.
If you guys haven't heard of Malawi before, it's a country located in southeastern Africa, and they have a population of about 20 million people. There's an organization that's calling for this investigation, and they're called the Ethiopian World Federation, or EWF, and they claim they work on supporting Black people and Black children and protecting them against evil powers like Madonna and her charity.
Pop singer Madonna has been accused of human trafficking and sexually exploiting children by a charitable organization known as the Ethiopian World Federation, according to All Africa. As stated on the Federation's website, the EWF is a civic service organization that pushes policies and advocates to change the laws that harm all Black people.
So let's talk a little bit about Madonna's involvement and what we know. Madonna has adopted 4 children from Malawi, and she founded a charity called Raising Malawi, which is a non-profit group that seeks to support orphans and vulnerable children through health and education programs, which sounds amazing on paper. Even though Madonna tries to push herself as this savior, she's not saving people. And in fact, she's being accused of doing some horrific things. So the EWF is asking the president of Malawi to investigate Madonna's charity and to restrict her and her associates' accessibility to Africa and African children as a precautionary measure until a thorough investigation is done into child trafficking, sex exploitation, sexual slavery, adoption reversal, threat of coercion, fraud, deception, and abuse of power. So there's a lot that she and her people.
Yeah. So
Talk to me,
kind of
player.
like, yeah,
I'm still
why
here.
that took so long, bro? Looking at some of the pictures from the oldest children down, them children look like they did not know who this woman was. Why am I still with this lady? Think about it. You see the little boy, he got the mic, he holding his head down, he looking around for somebody to recognize. And he don't recognize nobody, and he know he didn't want to go with this woman. You see what I'm saying? The look said it all. Something should have been. She done went over there and adopted how many?
A lot of them. We gonna get into it. Yeah, I'm gonna break it all the way down. We
No,
gonna
come
get
on,
into
man.
all the
That's
kids. Yeah, she got
yes,
it's a
indeed.
few of them. It's a few of them, and just getting into, and like I was saying, that's why I read the little article piece first, just to go straight into the accusations. Now this is not coming from no blogs or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
These
Like
actual
I said,
reports.
this dude did a good job of breaking it down, but I'm really highlighting how they actually made these moves with this lady and not even check these credentials or nothing like they were supposed to because she was Madonna. So in a sense, I believe that they were also taking advantage of the celebrity and try to get in some little,
Change on her mind.
yeah, and and get that what they call like to get the hype around Maui to get get the tourism popping, bring some money to the country. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the tourism.
Yeah,
The
she bring her other
tourism
little
industry.
people down there and stuff. Her friends have friends. You know what I mean? Especially they into little black kids. Adopting little black kids from Africa. Remember, at one time this was a trend. Everybody had a little black kid, like they were purses.
Yeah.
It
Don't
was,
see
it
those
was,
purses
you
too
know, I
long
was,
either.
yeah, on some celebrity, raise them and everything though. A lot of them, a lot of these kids are older now. Lord knows what they doing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying,
Right.
this have
Oh,
been
what they
going
went
on.
through.
Oh, what they
Right.
went through. Oh, what they
Right.
went through. So yeah,
It
man, I
could
don't
be,
want to
and
hold
you
it
know
up
what,
because
bro?
mine kind of lengthy. So I'm gonna keep it rolling, player.
All right.
Advocacy organizations that raised the alarms and is calling for an investigation into Madonna
Herself as this savior. She's not saving people, and in fact she's being accused of doing some horrific things. So the EWF is asking the president of Malawi to investigate Madonna's charity and to restrict her and her associates' accessibility to Africa and African children as a precautionary measure until a thorough investigation is done into child trafficking, sex exploitation, sexual slavery, adoption reversal, threat of coercion, fraud, deception, and abuse of power. So there's a lot that she and her people are being accused of.
2 child advocacy organizations that raised the alarms and is calling for an investigation into Madonna's orphanage in Malawi. The first organization is Eye of the Child. And then this month, the Ethiopian World Federation is calling for further investigation.
So let's talk about why they are trying to investigate Madonna. And it goes back to 1992. Madonna released a book titled Sex, sex. And it was a very controversial book, definitely ahead of its time, but also not really ahead of its time because there were some really disturbing things depicted in this book. It doesn't sound like Malawi is really progressive, so when it comes to LGBT rights, you can, I guess, go to prison, so I'm never going out there because I'm not trying to be jailed up, but they don't appreciate Madonna's work by including same-sex people and pictures of herself hooking up with other women. They claim that Madonna had to sign a contract that forbade the book from including images of CP religious imagery, but after signing that agreement, she founded a company called Maverick and partnered with Time Warner. So she has total artistic control over any work released by Maverick, who's now the book's publisher. I think it's a little bit backwards that they're throwing in this book as evidence, but there are some things that really do rub me the wrong way. I've personally never read the book, but I found this snippet where I guess she describes hooking up with a teenage guy. She wrote, "One of the best experiences I've ever had with a teenage boy. I think he was a virgin. He hardly had any hair. He was Puerto Rican. He was uncircumcised. He lived in my building and used to come over to my apartment all the time, watch me put on makeup. He hung around me all the time. He never went to school, so I started giving him reading assignments. One day his parents kicked him out of his apartment, so he wanted to spend the night at, I guess, Madonna's place, and they ultimately, I guess hooked up, which this is like some piece of evidence floating on the internet to, I guess, show how messed up Madonna really is. The petition argues that the psychology behind Madonna's ability to release this kind of content has prompted her to open an orphanage in Malawi, naming it Raising Malawi, to host social experiments on vulnerable African children. And this is when they bring in Madonna's children, because one of her adopted sons, David, is someone they're naming in this petition, and they're claiming that he's been used for sexual exploitation and social experiments, because there are photos of David wearing women's clothing, makeup, and jewelry, which, gosh, I don't exactly know how to react to this, because, like, obviously we're way more progressive than this country is, but the EWF also alleges that Madonna falsely claimed David's dad of being absent when she applied for his adoption. Then
When you
Yeah, see, as you can see, he's a part of the community, so he's kind of biased on a lot of those things. He was letting a lot of the real investigation that's going on her ass slide. He talking about he don't know what the past had to do with the investigation of her with adopting the kids. It does. Your past shows a lot about who you are and the decisions you possibly can make in the future. Your past tells you who, what's going on with you. And then you just talked about her past, and these people talked about her doing what? Fondling the kid.
Fucked up shit. Some fucked up shit.
Fondling the kid. She said she talked about it in a book, like a virgin. That's where the song come from. See?
You know what?
Is that really a pedophile song?
That's what it sounds like.
See?
That's definitely it. I mean, now that you think about it,
yeah, man, we're gonna have to check the timeline and see when Like a Virgin.
When Like a
Virgin came out, because LeBron was LeBron was on his reading and just wanted to be around a cute girl. He didn't want you to do all that. You did all that.
Billboard released 35 years
all right.
ago on November 12th, 1984.
Released 35
Like
years
Virgin
ago
touched us for the
on
very
November
first time
12th,
in so many special
1984.
ways.
Like a Virgin touched us for the very first time in so many special ways.
Oh, all right. So she did it before.
Yeah.
She did it before and experienced it then in 92. God damn it.
No, 94.
Huh?
It said 94 on this one.
It said 94. I thought you said 84.
I'm sorry. 84. My bad. It did say 84.
Come on now. I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie on the
November 12th.
I don't want to lie on the
Yeah, hold up. 1984. Ooh, boy. Yeah, she found the youngin.
Man, Madonna got that motherfucking that turkey gooseneck now, man. She old as a motherfucker. She keep getting all them facelifts and shit, man. But yeah, bro, what you think about clip 2 before I move on?
So I just want to, well, you clearly see I think dude done been psychologically experimented on enough to, he been broke. The last little dude they were talking about with the made him subject to wearing
Yeah, the
women's
older
clothes
son,
and all that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, think about it. He done been mentally exposed. Like, you could convince him to do anything now. You see what I'm saying? Because think about it. Oh, he's a little boy when he was young, right? And as he got older, the more you tried different little things and convinced him that that shit was cool because other people was doing it. And that's why the organization over there in Malawi is saying, like, hold up, we telling y'all these people came over here with this psychological stuff, playing with these little children, and they took the one that was available and did that to them. That's wild.
Good. Oh, it's about to get deeper though. Watch this shit.
F also alleges that Madonna falsely claimed David's dad of being absent when she applied for his adoption. Then Madonna went on to adopt more kids from Malawi. In 2009, after battling in court, the singer was finally approved to adopt Mercy James. Then she adopted a set of twins, Esther and Stella, in 2017. I guess Madonna was able to secure these children by buying off state officials. Quote, in 2013, the country accused Madonna of buying state officials and making diva demands, and citing her Raising Malawi charity as the reason for doing so.
Madonna herself did not meet the adoption requirements that you need to adopt a child out of Malawi. Madonna bullied Malawian officials and demanded VIP treatment to get her kids. They're calling for the president to restrict her and her associates' accessibility to Africa and to African children as a precautionary measure until a thorough investigation is done.
Sometimes celebrities are wrongfully targeted, and maybe the government's just upset with Madonna because of her work, how progressive she is, and how, sexual she can be, but I don't know, because where there's smoke, there's usually fire, and this is not the first time she's been accused of human trafficking.
This isn't even the first time Madonna has been accused, or there has been calls for her to be investigated for child trafficking. I'll never understand the hype around Hollywood celebrities, but this woman was allowed to buy 6 children, take them from their families, and the world looked the other way.
In 2009, Madonna was accused of child trafficking when the Malawi court rejected her bid to adopt a second child. In her ruling, the judge warned people against celebrity adoptions, stating that they could lead to child trafficking. Quote, anyone could come to Malawi and quickly arrange for an adoption that may have grave consequences on the very children that the law seeks to protect. But the court eventually ruled in Madonna's favor after she appealed in 2009 and probably coerced with some of those state officials to get these children. Let's talk a little bit about the second child that Madonna adopted. Their name is Mercy, and Mercy actually had a family back in Malawi that wanted her. Mercy's grandmother, Lucy, shared her heartbreaking side of the adoption process. Lucy placed Mercy in a local orphanage for care until her immune system improved, but never intended to permanently part ways with her granddaughter. Mercy's family said they would let Madonna adopt her only until she was of grade school age, and that she would return to Malawi every 2
See, Madonna was supposed to be taking care of them kids for a little bit, doing a little thing, and supposed to be helping, help that part of the town, help that part of the country, bring back some smart kids, use your good white money, you know what I mean, and to get them right quick, because
Educate the kid, right?
Yeah, I'm homeless, and I can't take care of her mama dead. I'm 19. Like, even before I talk about her, what you think about her doing it to the son? Because the daddy said the daddy damn near said the same thing.
Right. She was just supposed to be taking care of him for a little while and bring him back when he's school age. Not keeping him. That's fucked up. And if that's what the court documents say, when they tell us, oh, adopt this, adopt that, they want you to send in money for this shit. I'm not adopting shit that I can't use. Fuck. This kid can't come in and help pull a load in the house. Fuck a tax break. I need help. Nigga, somebody gotta keep the house clean, dishes washed. Like, fuck that. But no, that shit's foul, dog. Like, what she got going on, that's real fucking foul. You know you got the finances to do what you doing, but you not doing what's right by that child. Like, come on, man. That some of that high profile shit that they were showing in the clip before made me kind
Are
of
you
speculate, like, what are you
are you
doing with these children?
does that are you automatically a good or better mother because you have money and fame?
No, I honestly, I don't believe that. Like, regardless whether you got the wealth and the fame, you clearly was not ready to be a mother, right?
How?
How many biological children do you have? Because if you have any biological children, I guarantee you treat them adopted children way different. You still want the best for them. You do. But that people like that with that kind of money, dog, they don't give a fuck. I really think they'll do that own type of shit with their own children. We give you everything I didn't have and all that other shit. Man, no motherfucker, this shit was not easy to get. You gonna have to show me you wanted money, get this money out
You
of me
think
when I die.
do you think her being a free spirit the way she is, do you think she uh performed or got somebody to perform sexual um sexual shit on that on the oldest one, the boy?
Probably. Remember, if you look at the timeline with the oldest boy, when they were showing him as a younger child, notice how he was drew in. He really didn't want to hold his head up. He looked under-eyed at everything. And she steady stroking the back of his head, trying to keep him cool. But you could tell the daddy was nervous as fuck. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't know none of these people. I don't know what you talking about. Da, 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 da. They just told me come up here and say this, or I'm gonna say this, and Jane walk off stage. And it'd be some other shit. Like, nah, dude. That dude was afraid, so he might have been manipulated. Nah, okay, now that we done made you fear us, you do what we say. And it'll be good for you if you do it that way. Then you motherfucker get old and be fucked up. And that looked like that's what happened. So
There we
yeah,
go.
I
Let's
don't
see.
think.
Let's see what happened. The story ain't finished. You ain't even finished hearing the rest of the story.
I know.
Let's do.
Until her immune system improved, but never intended to permanently part ways with her granddaughter. Mercy's family said they would let Madonna adopt her only until she was of grade school age, and that she would return to Malawi every 2 years for visits. So Lucy's the grandmother and Mercy's the granddaughter. Mercy's mother died early on in her life, so Lucy took over, but Mercy's health wasn't doing well, so someone recommended to Lucy that Mercy should go into the orphanage until she's a little bit older and her health is doing better, and then you can take her back. But then Madonna stepped in, and she promised this family that she would go and support Mercy until, she was of grade school age, and then she can go back to Lucy and her family, but that never happened.
Mercy's grandmother, Lucy, shared her heartbreaking side of the adoption process. Lucy placed Mercy in a local orphanage for care until her immune system improved, but never intended to permanently part ways with her granddaughter. Mercy's family said that they would let Madonna adopt her only until she was of grade school age, and that she'd return to Malawi every 2 years for visits.
So they made this agreement, but Madonna failed to uphold her end. And Mercy never really got to see her family again. I mean, Madonna did go back to the country, but she never brought Mercy back to her grandmother, even though Lucy, at the end of her life, was begging to see Mercy one more time. The fact that Lucy was on her deathbed pleading to see Mercy one more time is so sad, but Madonna's lawyers claim that Lucy had no legal right to see Mercy again, so be it. They just really don't care.
But never took Mercy to her grandmother, even though Lucy was reportedly at her deathbed begging to see her. Madonna's lawyers addressed the matter in 2011 and admitted that Mercy's family had no legal right to see her.
Which makes me question, if you care about this child and their well-being, wouldn't you want to connect them with their family who's publicly pleading for them? I mean, one day Mercy's going to grow up, look up her family, and realize that Madonna kept her away, and that Madonna initially agreed to something that she never fulfilled. So she's going to have this absence in her life and this, like, I could already see it, like this, like, need to, like, know what happened to her grandmother, who was always wondering where she went. Mercy's biological uncle, Uncle Peter, signed the adoption papers after he and Lucy were told the little girl would be brought home on a regular basis. He was quoted saying, "She told me herself that she didn't want Mercy to cut ties with her roots and that she'll bring her home regularly." Madonna's other child, David, also has a similar experience because David's family claims that Madonna broke her promises with them. Quote, "The only reason I let Madonna adopt David was because she promised me she would give him a good education and that he could come home to live with me." And it's not just Mercy and David's family who's upset, because the twins' family is also upset. The twins' father, Adam,
Come on, Pete, talk to me, bro.
Dude, come on.
Told you,
man.
we don't know this. We don't know this. Us in our little community, we don't know none of this shit, man. We
None about this. Like, I think the breadcrumbs were there. They just hadn't had a chance to get those dots connected to make the line.
Hey, Maui on her neck, man. Like Officer James, man.
Bring back the children you stole. Bring the children back here.
What happened? But it's,
Ain't
I mean,
no way.
But look, like you said earlier, though, too, you know, it been so long. You know what I'm saying? It been so long. They trying to see if something gonna motherfucking stick on this motherfucker. They say, fuck it, I don't even want this bitch back in the country. Fuck this shit. Bitch, don't come back.
She don't bring the kids back.
You wanna? No, but what I'm saying is, I'm going off of what you said earlier. Look at how old he is now. They not, most of them not even kids no more. You know. Now I don't know how even old the twins is right now. I ain't really do know too much math on it, but that probably them two, because like she said, even like she said, I don't know what you want to be called. Like the person was saying, that shit fucked me up all the way up just now. Man, bro. You don't know the daddy. The daddy is, you know, concerned about them as well. Basically, daddy concerned about them too, because you know that's a whole nother subject, and nobody didn't even know about that. So, Madonna, come on, man. See you, and not
what you gonna do?
You can tell she used her celebrity to do this. So, I mean,
yes, and that I think
that's why I asked you that earlier.
People, right? She's definitely using her power and influence as a celebrity. She flexing the muscles hard as a motherfucker. She flexing.
Bro, did you see the Gucci? Did you see the Gucci Australian Outback hat she had on? You didn't see it with the Gucci? Man, she had the Gucci hat with the goals, man. Come on, man. She was kneeling down with the kids, man.
The Gucci hat.
I know Didi probably saw it. Didi, if you still watching, man, tell that boy, man. Madonna was Gucci down to the socks. Man, I'm telling you, she was listening to Biggie on her way to Maui, man. She out there with them kids, man, at the where you think she at? She posted up at.
The fucking orphanage, like they keep
Thank
saying.
you. She pull up at
Wait,
the
this is
orphanage like, man,
she on
wanna
some
rumble
big
with the
time.
B,
Well,
huh?
fuck.
I'm trying to
Look,
tell you.
she
She
letting
had
it
the
be known.
Gucci
Hey,
on. What? Watch when you watch this again. You gonna see I'm talking, man. She had the Gucci on. You like, God damn, he wasn't lying. She got the big safari hat on. She didn't like Dapper Dan made that motherfucker, P. I'm telling you, you know how Dapper
look,
Dan you
DD
speak everything about the material, huh?
DD
Tell that boy
504
DD it
Steve.
up.
Yeah,
Tell
she
that
was.
boy,
Bitch, you
man, come
sick.
on, man.
You know
Man,
who,
she had the
bruh.
Gucci on, man. I'm trying to tell you. Rewind it, DD, and come back to the live. Rewind it and go see her on there with that Gucci on. You go see her. She kneeling down and she on the jail pose and everything, P. She out there jail posing in front of the orphanage with the Gucci on, man. Come on. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. She big pimpin' spending cheese. I want them kids, man. Number 3, 4, 5 of them. That's how she picking them. Num 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 num.
Dang, bro. That like she cold with that one. So yeah,
And then
man. So
people
what
think
else?
that's good though. But if people like, oh well, that's good. She's trying to adopt kids. Well, if it's so good, why she had to lie about taking them? Why she just didn't?
I think people kind of had if other people like myself who really looked at the celebrity influence when Madonna started adopting them kids. Like I was probably a teenager around the time she adopted one of the kids, or into my early adulthood, and I found that shit strange. Like, wait, where the fuck these black kids come from? Like, I started questioning that shit, but I ain't never really think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about the twins. I knew she had adopted a little kid back in like the mid '80s. Yeah, so that was the first little boy. I remember the first adoption with him. It really wasn't nothing to be said in my time. Little young knucklehead out there in the streets ain't paying nobody no mind. So, that's as far back as I can remember. Like seeing the twins that they talking about now, and the second oldest little girl. I ain't never seen them. That was my first time hearing about that.
Hey man, I guess the excuse. I guess she gonna say they just want money, huh?
Why would they? Why?
I guess
And
that's
then
gonna be
look,
the next excuse.
but look,
Oh,
even
they
if
just
that
want
was
some
the
money.
case, look,
Yeah.
even if that was the case,
Look where you went
you
got the
think
kids from.
right?
You act
Hey,
like you went got them from out of
so
the Trump Tower or something. Come on.
but then look, here's the ultimate thing. Here's the true ultimate thing. If them kids do find out that they are from that place, what do you, the kid, decide to do at this point? Do you want to go back here? Or do you want to stay where you at? Nah, here's my thing with the stay where you at part. If you stay where you at, continue being adopted to Madonna, because you know if something happened to her, y'all set. Y'all set for life at this point. Y'all her adopted children legally. So y'all say,
Hopefully it's
look,
legally, because that's what the people is accusing her of doing.
illegally
Frauding.
adopting the children.
Yeah.
So
that's
what
why they're saying it's
I'm saying,
trafficking. That's why she getting that charge too. Because what? You took them
and you were supposed to bring
from
them back.
here and you took them there.
Mm-hmm.
And you came back, but you ain't bring the kids back, but you came back.
Right.
More than once. Think about it. She got 4 of them. They
Right.
talking
The
about
twins, the second oldest girl, and the oldest little boy. Damn. So she made 3 trips.
Making
And
trips.
struck gold on one of them trips and came home with some twins.
It's easy to get to that island. It's easy to get to that Africa. I'm gonna say it like that.
Southeast Africa, and all you gotta do is
Man,
fly
she was making it on
right
that trip.
there.
And that's what I'm
That's a
saying.
strip.
A lot of these people sitting there
Oh,
taking pictures with her and everything. She talking about she was gonna make a school and everything. But we about to get
they
into it.
never
I'm gonna
did
play
it.
this last one, bro. I ain't gonna hold us up.
Ooh, wow.
Quinn's family is also upset. The twins' father, Adam, claims that he was misled throughout the entire adoption process and was told from the beginning that his daughters would be returned to him. Quote, I was told from the start that Esther and Stella were going to a rich woman's home abroad and that she would give them a good education, then return them to me to live with me and help with my family. He was also quoted saying, now you're telling me that adoption is permanent? That cannot be true. I don't want it to be true. I'm their father and will always be their father. So there's a theme here because these families are being told that they will get their children back. They're going to go and get a great education and come back to where they belong. But Madonna isn't following through on those promises, which makes me question her intentions. So I kind of understand why we need an investigation. But honestly, I don't see anything changing. Maybe Madonna won't be allowed back into this country, but it's not like they can demand these children back because Madonna used her legal powers to convince these people to sign these agreements, and now she has these children. Unless I guess they can claim that these agreements are fraudulent, but I mean, at this point, the children are growing up and they can decide if they want to stay or not. It seems that Madonna has a history of disrespecting the natives of Malawi. In 2012, the singer announced that she was planning on building schools there and would educate at least 1,000 kids per year. A spokeswoman for the Ministry of Education insisted that Madonna often acted behind authorities' wishes, adding that she was fed up with the pop star. Quote, now she decides to announce that she plans to build 10 schools without getting authority from us. So it seems like she likes to go and get this press and seem like this savior when she doesn't actually consult with the country that she's exploiting. There's something else I find sick about this situation, and it's celebrity adoptions. And I don't have issues with adoptions. Actually, 2 of my best friends are adopted, but celebrities tend to go to these vulnerable countries and pick up these children, and it makes me question because we have children, in the United States who also need help, but why do they go to these other countries? Is it because these children are less protected? Madonna's interest in Malawi began in 2006 when she secretly visited a number of orphanages there. According to Hollywood lore, she had been encouraged to adopt an African child by Brad Pitt, a close friend of her husband Guy Ritchie. In 2008, Christina Crawford, the adopted daughter of actress Joan Crawford, spoke out about celebrity adoptions and stated her concerns about Madonna and Angelina Jolie. Quote, I have tremendous concerns about celebrity adoptions by people like Madonna and Angelina. From the adoptee's point of view, it's vitally important to know who they are, where they came from, or how it can have a profound medical and psychological effect. There's a human need to understand who we are and where we came from, and Madonna shouldn't be able to pluck these children from Africa and completely disconnect them from their families who still want them. It's different if these kids have no one.
Yes, sir. So that's weird. Excuse me. What he's saying is right. You do want to identify who you are and where you come from, right? But how
Yes,
could
sir.
these kids not want to go through that,
They
at
plotting.
a, huh?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying,
I was in the chat. I'm listening to you, though.
I was sitting up here. I was just about to ask a random question. At what point did these kids not have that connect in their brain to say, damn, this lady's white, I'm not white, I'm black, and
It
I'm
ain't got
not
no
like
because
these kids over
there
here.
ain't no color, none of that. It's just a better better life. And everybody was at agreement at the time that the kids was giving up. So it didn't look
Except
like.
for the kids.
What you mean? The kids was trying to get adopted and stuff. The parents couldn't afford to keep them. So Madonna got into agreement with them. You see what I'm saying? So it's different than them not
Just
wanting
completely
to
giving
go.
up the child.
It's like
Right.
yeah, they going, they going.
They
It's
have to
like,
go
okay,
with
you
her for
telling
a
your
little
kids,
while.
yeah, you got to go with her, because so she can go to school and she gonna give you a better education. We poor and whatever going else going on,
Right.
and
Everything that we
yeah,
can't do for them.
it's everything is in a bond agreement, basically. Then the kids is gonna feel some type of way. You right about that in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know how they actually felt about going. So that could be her argument too, about them saying that she took them, right?
Right. The kids are fine.
Yeah, cool.
Isn't that one of the
It's,
first things you hear? But they're better off living with me, right? They're
yeah, give
better
them
off
everything they
living
want.
with me.
Introduce them to the Christmas, introduce them to the stores, the fashion, the life, right?
The life,
Yeah,
so-called life,
introduce them.
because a lot of that shit is
Man,
miserable
what?
looking to me.
Man,
That shit
what
look
she?
miserable. Always
Man, a
gotta
big
be in
old
the
house.
spotlight.
Them children wasn't used to, them big old houses, and all that room
17,
just for
18
you.
bedroom house and shit.
Everything you want at your whim. She probably went overboard. You know, like the witch was doing Hansel and Gretel, making them fat. Whatever they
Whatever you
poison
want.
is. Whatever you like. You like toys, you got buku of them. You like snacks, you got buku of them. Uh,
Whatever.
yeah, what you like? Yeah.
So
I'm telling you, all that's a part of that, and people don't
but that's what
understand
but
that that's the grooming. People don't understand the grooming of that though, and
all right, see that's what
I
I was
can't
trying.
just say
That's why
these
I was
people
asking about why in these kids' mind did it
they
not
fucked up for
ever
giving them
really
up too. They
click?
should have stuck it out. Yeah, they fucked up from giving them up too. If y'all knew,
Exactly. But see,
yeah,
that's
they
what I'm
should have
saying.
stuck it
Like,
out.
at what point,
I don't know.
in their
I
mind did
don't
that
know if you
break
thought it was
happen to where
better.
they lost their
Madonna, I
complete
know, right?
connect?
She come in there. Did they know Madonna
What
like
they
that? I
knew,
don't know. Had to.
and we don't. And what's crazy is they are damn near all adults now. The two oldest ones is adults, and the twins, right? She got four of them. The two oldest ones is adults. The twins is in their teenage years. When did these children lose the connect to really want to be back with their parents? Because they wasn't. Because think about it, when you used to live in a certain way, regardless of
I think these no. See, look, we forgetting people. Remember, these two organizations is the ones who really on her neck about what agreements she had with the parents. So these people went to investigating her. See what I'm saying?
right,
They took yeah. That's where that come from, because the parents was kind of just going along basically what was going on, and it was kind of probably, you know, trying to see, well, when is this going to happen or how this is going to happen, and the organizations
what are
got
you gonna?
involved with, yeah, because like they going through like this little political thing over there too in Africa. See, a lot of people don't know that, a
That
lot
they
of
got a lot
a
of
lot of these
money, shit, little
non-for-profit organizations is coming over there, and people is getting missing, bro.
elbow rubbing and palm greasing,
Yeah, they coming up
rubbing
missing like a
elbows and putting
mud,
grease
bro.
in the
And
palm. It's all about the
bro.
money.
So
It's all about the money.
they noticing, patterns in certain things, and when certain things happen and stuff. Kind of like when Halloween roll around. You know the
Nah,
weather. Kind of. You know what it
mm,
is. Like a holiday. You
hey,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You know it's coming.
right.
So it started. I guess it started feeling like that for the people who represent Maui, bro, because they're not the only ones who spoke out about that. They had a lady who was saying basically, you know, the same thing about um the like the homosexuality, the gay thing, and them pushing not what you is, just like the agenda of what should be allowed and people areas and stuff, kind of like forcing your way or forcing, like I said, not but forcing your way onto people, you know, and just coming out of the blue saying they should be doing this and be doing that. It kind of you know, it kind of rubs people the wrong way, Pete. They don't, you know, it's, and sometimes, you know, change is good, but sometimes it's not, you know, and we have to weigh out the, you
The
know, the
good from the
pros and the
bad.
cons and the good balances of life, period, you know, not only in what we think are good for people, but, you know, the balance of life, though. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, them people,
It's an
and
intricate
people
act to
standing on
do,
it.
bro.
No, they standing on it. You know, this lady just stepped down. You know, a couple of years ago. Not a couple of years ago. Um, you know, a little longer than that, but yeah, she was, you know, one of the presidents out there. What it was? I think it was in Liberia or Libya. I think it was Liberia though. She was out there, and she and one of those reporters was, you know, kind of grilling her about the what they call this, like they call, I don't think they call it a gay bill. I think it is called a gay bill, where they was trying to
Trying to
they was
block
trying to stop
homosexuality.
certain things, not block homosexuality, but block certain things and certain teachings of it the way they wanted to come in and you know, present it. Basically, I guess, you know, they had
Okay.
I guess they had a flood of different organizations and corporations that was coming in with the rhetoric. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the people and the, yeah, and their government was having a problem with that, to the point where, you know, it started being rampant. Matter of
In the
fact,
communities.
yeah, Chop just sent something in early. He said if we want to talk about it, but it just made me think about it just not. I should have recorded, but some little dude they thought was fighting on the bus in Texas, bro. They were trying to rape Lil around on the back of the bus.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
The mama got on TV and everything. Man, yeah, man. The boy in Texas.
Man, what's wrong with
You
see
see what I'm
again?
saying? So this is where I'm going with that. That's what made me think of that, because
Man,
that's a good
dog.
example of what I'm talking about. When you forcing, you know, your way on people, then you just standing up for certain things. You know what I mean? Because you know you don't know how far it's gonna go and where it's gonna lead to if shit just go willy nilly, bruh. Like everybody got a wholly own in their own, you know, whatever it is. If you want people to respect your shit, you know, if you want people to respect your shit, bruh, you gotta hold your shit accountable too. Like it can't be just, you know, oh well, everything is bullying and all that, man. They gotta stop that shit, man. Because
Dude,
people
like, come on, bro. Yeah.
people out there of their community is doing stuff too, and we can't ignore it. That's why it's so easy for these dudes with this child shit, you know, get away so much, or so much under the radar. Is because that's when the fuck it start with a lot of these people, and
Right.
they become this, whether they want to say it or not. You know, they have these young experiences. So it is what it is, man. I mean, we just gotta pay attention to that shit, man. Stop being fucking crazy, man. Everything ain't no fucking conspiracy theory, man. She gotta, I always say, if she won't come back, she gotta be accountable. You know, it is what it is. She like them
Ain't
cheering
no
in Maui. She might want to go somewhere else. I don't know.
you you know what the people thinking, bro. You come back over here one more time without them kids, you going to jail. and you're gonna stay there until the kids get over here. If their parents is saying that they want to see their children, what's wrong with you? Why you ain't bring them back? Regardless of the fact that they live with you, okay, that's cool. You wanted them to come live with you, but you also said you was gonna bring them back. Let them visit. Yeah, they with you, but they still need to come to know their people and be able to do something for their people too. Right?
Madonna, I think that's what they was hoping on. I think they was hoping on you to make the kids better, where they could come and support their people to try to, upgrade the
Get
community.
their
That's a good
people
point.
up, right?
Yeah, I
Yes.
thought she was, because they were looking at her like a branch, right? To the, you know what I mean? So, Madonna,
Of
right
course.
quick, Madonna.
You're the dog, motherfucker. All right, so you're the dog, motherfucker. Just looking at that.
God damn it.
So yeah, man. So
God damn it.
So, the mama, like I say, that's a lot of flexing, bro.
And
when
stop
you pulling
playing with your
strength,
face too. Hey, man, bro should get one more facelift. her, her earlobe's gonna turn into a goddamn tail in the back of her neck. That bitch gonna look like a ponytail, like a ponytail skin ponytail. She'll have a baby skin ponytail in the back of her neck.
No, I don't even want to imagine that. Damn, I just thought about how that shit would looked. I just thought about how that shit would look. Nah, dude. Die with age and grace, please.
Yeah, bro. That's all I got for tonight, bro.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Big up to the listeners. Thank you, DD504, for your input.
Shout out to all the people out there. Appreciate y'all coming through. You know what I'm saying? Bless. Appreciate from blessing the small cats. Appreciate you for blessing the small cats. You're coming through and, you know what I'm saying, listening to you dogs, man. We've been in the building for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DD504. Always and forever. Trying to see what the fuck going on with that bitch ass shit they be talking about out there in this goddamn street. She know we be coming with it. You know what I'm saying? And she always gonna be a part of this movement. Shout out to all the people that's a part of this movement. Shout out to my dog Chop Trey. You know what I'm saying? For bringing that fire content earlier in the day. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about, shout out to all our people who fuck with us, man. Look. Subjects, final thoughts, P. Dot. You want to go first, or you want me to keep going?
I got a couple of final shout outs. Officer James, thank you, man. You're a shining example in this time of what's the word I'm looking for? In a time of trouble, you're a shining example of what it takes to be truly dedicated to what you're dedicated to when it comes to your job. So thank you, sir. Thank you, brother. That was a great thing you did. Madonna. Yeah, Madonna. Let them children go visit their people, man, so them children can know where they come from. Let them decide what they're going to do with their future that you provide them or helping them out with, right? If I could use those terms. So, man, let them children go visit their people, man. Stop playing. To the
P.T.G.
P.T.G.
Post-traumatic growth. Yeah.
Post-traumatic growth. Now, Everybody. When I say everybody, everybody done been through something, whether physically or mentally, cause them some type of grief that they cannot get over, right? The only way you really gonna grow from that, from my feelings on it, just me, is to accept that the shit happened. Move the fuck on. Really thank yourself and thank the Most High for giving you the strength to make it through the shit personally, because trauma is trauma, right? So you still gotta thank the Most High you made it through that stuff. And without the Most High, you wouldn't be able to have the strength you need to get yourself back on your feet. So, post-traumatic growth, y'all look into that, because as DD 504 said in the comments earlier, we all need mental help, right? And that's a fact. Everybody go talk once in a while and see what you come up with. So that's my final shots.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what's happening, Pete. Though, because I could start off. I could start off where you ended. Yeah, I say, really go do some research on it. If you didn't know about it, go do some research on it a little more. I had posted a quick short, quick reel on Instagram. I had posted, some charts, so y'all could see where I went, looked it up. I went right quick and looked it up right quick, so y'all could do it too, and I do that. I do that for a reason. So, just to show people, you know what I'm saying? Basically, start with that, you know what I'm saying, and really, start with the steps and really see what they're talking about, because it's that 5-step, what they talk about a lot with that. I know this, it's this 5-step thing. I don't want to spoil it for you, so I'm just gonna leave that at that. Yeah, yeah, Officer James, man. Officer James a fool, man. I wish we had more like you. Wish we had more like you. We need you in the building, bro. We need you in every building, bro. You need to come in all colors too, just to show them that you ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Officer James, telling you, bro. That's what it is, bro. Straight up. Madonna, get your goof ass. Stop playing with your face, man. Leave your fucking face up, man. Leave your fucking face alone, man. Leave it alone. That shit crazy, man. Your neck loose as a motherfucker, man. You gonna have to pull up. You gonna have to pull that shit down, or you gonna have to pull it up. You gonna have to pull it somewhere. I'm telling you. You gonna have to get all that. Man, you out there still trying to get kids and all that, man. What is you doing, man? Come on, man. You want to save some kids? They got them right in America, dog. Look, they got homeless people be out there and shit.
You can adopt a
Your ass
family.
going taking trips and shit, going get these little kids from out the blue, doing these little deals with these people and shit, man. Come on, man. What the fuck going on? Come on, kinda, bro.
They're backing out on a deal. So
what is you doing, bro? You motherfuckers done lost their fucking mind, man. Just shit, man. You're into too much shit, P. And I noticed something else. If y'all go back and watch some of those pictures, or go back and zoom in on some of that stuff, it was some of those pictures they were showing. They had the girl with the red with that red ribbon wrapped around her wrist. So which means she's teaching them the art of the Kabbalah and all that, y'all. Oh yeah, don't think I ain't peeped it out. Yeah, I peeped it out. So yeah, all that was going on. So definitely, man. And that's a wrap on me, man. Let me knock it off then, P. Appreciate y'all coming through the smoke out.
Yes, sir.
We out this
Yes,
motherfucker.
sir. All right. So again, as I said in the beginning of the show,
You could talk while the beat roll, because we about to roll it out.